keep all of you guys on. So welcome. We're starting week. Technically, we're about week 5, or the beginning of week 5. We have about 2 more weeks on the challenge. So some of you guys are just rocking the point. So it's like super great. Just to see the changes and hearing everyone's stories. I'm getting some in private messages, and we're getting a great amount of encouragement on the team page. So I love seeing everyone's areas of encouragement for each other. So I've asked a couple of you to share today. And so first off, I'm going to ask Joni, I think you're driving from your car. And Joni, could you just give us a little bit of your story? We'd love to hear.
Can you hear me?
I can.
Okay. Well, I'm Joni, and I've struggled, I don't know, I guess I've struggled a lot of probably from like adolescent life on with weight and always trying to lose weight and being successful, but then gaining more weight than I lost. And so I've been doing, and then along with that, I think that I'm a teacher. So we've got to have a lot of energy to make it through our day, and just with all the little kiddos. And so I've been on program about 5 months, and I'm down 50 pounds. And so I guess just the energy has really helped me at work this fall and feeling better about myself. And so I started coaching, I guess I did start coaching. And so yeah, it's been fun to help other people do the same and go with me on my journey.
Oh, Joni, that's so cool. For those of you who don't know, Joni is a teacher, an educator. And Joni, what was the decision? I mean, I know that it was something you thought about before you decided to take your health into your hands and to make some changes. What is, just kind of what are those decisions that you were finally ready to make some changes?
Oh, well, I had a persistent coach. No. But I think that I guess I felt like I had nothing to lose. Like it wasn't going to hurt me to try it. And I think, I'd been trying a lot of different things on my own, and this just fit my lifestyle. It was easy and quick. And so that was kind of what put me over the edge.
I love that. And going back into the classroom this year, September, versus when you, locked your door at the end of May, what feels different?
Well, I'm not trying to caffeine up for the day in the mornings. I don't really do much coffee, and I don't have the afternoon lulls. I feel like I'm just pretty steady as far as the energy goes, and getting a lot done.
I love that. And, it's been fun watching your posts on Facebook, even of, different hikes that you've taken, because you have a really active family, and just seeing you participating and feeling great about it and feeling very proud of yourself for your accomplishment.
Yes, that's true too.
Okay. And then you also have been a great encouragement to somebody pretty special in your life. Would you just give us a little rundown of how he's doing?
Oh, well, Jason is my boyfriend, and he started program a couple months after I did, and it was mainly because he wanted to support me. I mean, he had his own weight to lose, but we hit 50 pounds on the same day. So I guess together we're down 100, which is a pretty cool number.
That is incredible, right?
Yeah.
The American Diabetes Association says that 50 pounds of weight loss is 10 quality years of life back. And it's like, that is so beautiful. I mean, not only that you are young, but also that you're just enjoying it even now, not waiting until you're 50. Yeah.
Exactly. Yep.
I love that. So thank you for sharing with us. The next person that we have is Miss Nicole, and while I'm getting her ready, I want to try to bring up Nicole's picture, which we put it on, I think on our team page. Nicole shared it with all of us, which was awesome. But Nicole, would you start to tell your story, and I will find your page.
Sure. I'm not sure if my...
Oh, can you hear me?
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now. Yeah.
Okay. I don't know. I think maybe my video cuts out when I turn the speaker on. I'm not sure. But yeah, so I I grew up overweight when I had some stuff going on in my family when I was younger, and my response to that was the only real thing I could control was food. And so I did by eating everything I could and whatever I wanted. And so I don't even know what my healthy weight is going to be. So it's kind of exciting. I'm discovering that. When I was in 8th grade or in middle school, I was bigger than I am now. So it's pretty exciting to see the possibilities of having a healthy life, because I didn't really ever believe that for myself. So I started working on losing weight before I started to take Shape for Life. And that was in about 2012, the beginning of 2012. And in that 2 years or so, I lost 50 pounds. It was kind of the slow, like I would lose and then I would stop losing. I would lose and stop losing, like depending on where I was at in my life. And I don't know, I just never really imagined I would actually get to a point where I was healthy. And then I joined Take Shape for Life in June, and it's been really great. It's been easy to do, and I've been able to lose. I'm almost to my second 50 pounds. So I'm almost to 100 pounds lost altogether since 2012, and almost to 50 on Take Shape for Life. It's just been an incredible journey. I have so much more energy. I can do so much more, and I just feel a lot better.
Nicole, that is so amazing. I was thinking 50 pounds on your own and 50 additional, 100 pounds. If someone thought of carrying, it's a child, maybe a 4th or 5th grader on their back 24 hours a day. It's like, that's how much weight you've lost.
Yeah.
That's incredible. And you're so young. What I love about Nicole is just her passion for helping people. She's always working either with young people or young adults, and you didn't let life pass you by even while you were carrying extra weight. But now, even having the energy that you have has been super incredible. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So you are almost at the other 50 pounds. I mean, like, because you mentioned that on our team page that was your goal before the end of the challenge, to be right there, right? And you're just less than 6 pounds away?
Yeah, less than 6 pounds away. I kind of have hit a lull. So the last couple of weeks I would lose a pound and then gain it back and lose a pound. So I don't know if I'm going to make it. I have 13 days left. So okay. I think pretty sure I'll make out my challenge, but I don't know if I'll make that 100 pounds by the end of the challenge. Okay. We'll see what happens.
It's just so fun seeing everyone cheering for you, because again, your consistency and not letting up from it. And I think that I want to bring that thought and ask you a question, because it's really easy to start out with a big bang and know what we want when we're first starting, and then boredom, monotony, whatever, maybe we just think life is too hard, sometimes can derail us. What are some of the things that have kept you going?
I have some wonderful accountability. I have a couple of really close friends who said, we want to support you in this, and so we're going to be healthy too. And so I know that when I mess up, I have to tell them, so that sucks and it makes me less likely to cheat. And seeing the results have made it easier. So I had a swing of a couple of weeks where I didn't really follow the plan very well, and it kind of got hard for a little bit. And then I don't know, I was just able to kind of get back on, and staying on track has just been so worth it. And so a lot of it for me has been routines too. So I work in a school, so I have summer off, and over summer it was easy to build a routine and just, okay, I need to remind myself to eat every few hours. But then with school, I get up so much earlier, and my routine, like my metabolism just gets going. And so I'm hungry in the morning. I just want to eat. And so when I started school again, for the first couple of weeks, it was pretty difficult for me because my old routines that I had at school of just eating whatever and stuff being in the staff room, which is right by my office, that was a challenge. And so I set a schedule, and I eat at the exact same time every day. So 8:30 when I release kids from the gym, I eat, and this time, certain times that I eat. And so building that routine, now it's super easy, and I don't have a problem saying no to it. So for me, it's the consistency and the habits that have made it a lot easier.
That is so cool. Thank you for sharing that, because I know it hasn't been easy, but you had your eye on the goal, and you're not letting up until you are there, and you're changing your lifestyle so much that I know that You don't want to go back to old habits. So now, Nicole, we're all cheering for you to get that last 6 pounds down. I mean, seriously, because that's such a huge accomplishment. And so I guess we're going to all say, okay, well, drink more water, right? If we can get that extra couple of pounds on, we'll be like, hey, Nicole, 32 ounces by 10 or by 1.
Oh, that'd be so great.
Awesome. Well, anyway, thank you for sharing. We appreciate that.
Yeah, thank you.
You know,
Thank you.
I love that Joni and Nicole both shared it being educators, and I know Sue comes from a background of education, and you know, sometimes the people who are the ones serving everyone else, nurses, which Deanna's a nurse, or teachers, it's like they give, there's no time to take care of themselves, or they don't take time because they're thinking about everyone else. And then all the moms or all the patients bring in all this sweet stuff for the lunchroom for treats. And it's like, okay, what were we thinking as moms? Because I know I did the same thing. It's like, that is not helping them. So just taking care of them. So maybe we could remember that as we can share with the people around us of, okay, what would be a really great treat for our teachers or our nurses? How about a gift certificate to go watch a movie, or, you know, a nice little bottle of lotion, or a candle, or something that's not sugar. So you guys are doing great. Everyone that's on this call right now is rocking the points. And so we have, you know, some great people here as far as wanting to make changes. And Deanne or Sue, I would just love to hear from you, and just what has been some changes that have come about because of the challenge?
Well, I know today it's like my husband had to go and get his tooth pulled because, you know, he always eats all the sugary stuff. And then, you know, I go to the grocery store before I come home today, and you walk in, it smells so good. I just kind of feed blind past the back bakery aisle. And then I get home, and it's like he has a whole container of these little sugar donuts that he bought at Walmart before he came home, and half of it's gone. I'm like, boy, that's like really tempting. But then I saw that there was 4 of them. It was like 220 calories. And I'm like, do I really need that? No, it's like, it's tempting, but it really wasn't that big a deal today when I said, you know, really no, stop. And it's like, you challenge yourself. It's like, no, I really don't need that. So that was a big thing for me, because if I start with 1, I'm going to want to eat the whole thing. So yeah. And I got a little visitor that just came to see me. So
Us and our youngest health challenger right there.
yeah, there he is.
Deanne, what do you feel like is maybe one of the keys that you feel like that you're going to take with you, or maybe more than one, off of the health challenge of just these 6 weeks of maybe setting a new pace for you?
Just a minute. Let me see. I think the whole thing today, like in our bonus points, is the one thing about giving ourselves a compliment. It's like, that's something that I've never done. I look at the mirror and I never find anything that I like about myself. And I think that if you realize that how important you are as a person, you're going to want to take care of that person because you are important. And so that's something that I really am going to start working on.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, thank you for sharing that, because you're right. We look and we know all of our own flaws and faults, and that's all we can see, instead of putting the value in speaking to that person the same loving way that you speak to everyone else. But we can be awfully hard on ourselves.
Exactly.
Yeah. Thank you for being vulnerable and saying that. Mm-hmm. Sue, how about you? Share with us.
I think one thing that's really changed for me is that sense of exercising. And now I don't turn the TV on unless I have something to exercise with. So I have like my weights, I have the bands, I have stuff. So if the TV goes on, I have to get up and do something and not sit on the couch.
I love it. And you just created a habit. So you're keeping, are you keeping the bands and the balls and kind of that all out there?
Yeah, it's in a basket, so it looks like really self-contained, but no, it's right there. It's very visible. And so, I mean, like when the grandkids come over, I go, oh no, that's grandma's stuff, you know, and they always want to touch it and play with it. But I'm always afraid they're going to take it through one of the, you know, China hutches or something, you know, but it's one of those things that I just think if I have it sitting right there, I'm not going to be able to ignore it. So when I sit down at the TV, it sits right there and it's like, okay, get up, get going. So And I don't watch TV very often, but I decided that's when everyone to sit down and watch the news, I have to do something.
Good for you. Yeah. And having it easily accessible, right? I was in a class once, and it was a ladies' Bible study, and it was on exercise. And sometimes it kind of reminds me of that, because the idea was sometimes we're waiting until we have a perfect opportunity or the environment, or do I feel like it? But it's a matter of just show up. And that was the theme of that specific night that I remember. And it was just show up. Even if you wake up and say, I don't want to do anything. I don't want to do an hour class. So, okay, I can do anything for 5 minutes or 10 minutes. So go out and walk around the block, put those, tennis shoes on, lace them up, put your little cute sports jacket or your bundle up if you're in Montana, and get out there. The truth is that once you're out there and you're out for 5 or 10 minutes, you probably then are enjoying it so much you'll continue on. But worst case scenario, if you hated it after 10 or 15 minutes, okay, go back home. But at least you're telling your body it's not an option anymore. This is what healthy people do. And I'm going to do this because I like the results. And I like how it clears my mind, takes some stress away, as well as burning the calories. But, if it was either one or the other, it would be great. But it's awesome that it's both of them.
Right.
Love that. Well, Miss Joyce, if you're on, can you hear us?
Yes.
Okay. Joyce, would you just share with us a little bit? You've made some great changes in the last few weeks and made some great goals, and you're making.
Oh no, just enjoying the weather.
Tell us a little bit about your. Would you tell us a little bit about your journey of how you got where you are and what you see the future being different?
Well, I guess I'm old. I'm really, and anyway, I've had a lifetime of yo-yo, and I know that I've hurt my body by doing that. I did lose a bunch of weight. I was told I was pre-diabetic, and that scared me a lot because my dad was a bad diabetic, and I didn't really want that for my life. And so I immediately got on the bandwagon and lost weight. Well, the weight has, it's fluctuated a little bit, not too bad, but I'd say, the last 15 years is when all this came about. Well, I really never was diabetic, but it scared me enough that it did get me moving in the right direction. And with this, I've done everything out there to try to lose weight. Every single program, I can tell you about it because I did it. And as I said, I did it. But you notice I did more because I had to try other plans. Mm-hmm. So, little Paula, you've been persistent. And all of my clothes, nothing, absolutely zero. I had nothing to wear this fall. So it was, I afford to replace everything. So I'm going to, one of the gals said, what's it going to hurt? I'll just try it out. So it has. I've only been on, this is 18 days, I guess. And I know I've lost 9 pounds, but I don't weigh until next week now again. But I'm happy with it. I love the encouragement. I'm really liking the challenge as far as all the input from, the water, the sugar, all of those guidelines that they have been giving us have been so helpful. I just, it's stuff or knew, but maybe not really because I didn't take it to heart, and now I have. But I love that we are CEOs of our life. I love that because we don't, who is, And I like the idea of being nice to myself because I'm very nice to myself. And I believe I told Paula this at one point that if I treated other people like I treated myself, I would have no friends. And that's really, I've been consciously working on that, to not look in the mirror and go, yuck. And it's the thing that I always did was I can lose weight, but when I got there, it was like, well, now what do I do? Well, what I did was gain the weight back. And now I realize that that was a pattern I was doing. And I don't think I need to do that anymore. That's why I'm loving this program. I love the food. I like the easiness of it. And because I don't really have to think too much about the food part. So I guess that's where I'm at, Paula.
Oh, well, I just love your encouragement on the team page too. I mean, everyone who's on here, it's just like this cocoon of caring about each other, authentically caring and celebrating together. And I think, the TED Talk that was on this week's webinar, and he talked about the sense of community and the importance of it. And I thought that is so true, in that we're in this little micro bubble of just really caring about each other. And, and we happen to have all girls on here on this call today, but it's like this little sisterhood of really wanting the best for each other. And I think that's been pretty fun.
It's been great. And I just am so encouraged by Nicole and Joni, and I can't think of the lady's name that was just ahead of me.
Sue?
Sue. Hey, that was just so neat. Sue, are you the one that's going on a trip?
I am going on the trip.
Okay, good. Oh, you'll be good. I know you will.
Thank you for your encouragement.
There were things today that said plan, and I think that's a very good suggestion, is plan it out. Plan out your meal, and stay away from the fast food joints if you know there isn't a salad there.
Yeah.
Right. You just go where it's safe, in all of life, we would tell our teenage kids that, right? And yet it's the same thing with our food. So it's just like, okay, if you shouldn't be there, let's not go there, and see if we can face temptation. So yeah, I wanted to show you guys that my new bottle, water bottle. I think you can get them anywhere, Amazon or what have you. It just happens to have, it's like a 24 ounce, and it has, I don't think you can see it, but it has markings. So every time you fill it for the next time, you could actually move the little marking around. And I think someone said they got one at Walmart, someone else on Amazon, but kind of a fun little water bottle, just because you don't lose track of how many bottles you're trying to get in. The other option is, to do the big smart water bottles, those disposable ones. They hold 33 ounces, so they hold a whole liter. I like that because I just know that you have to have 3 every day for your 100 ounces. But since we're all cheering for Nicole, Nicole, we need you to have more, 4 or 5, so we can help celebrate that 6 pound. We could have like a party on here. We can all bring a little gift or something, show you. And then we could just enjoy it ourselves.
It'll have to be an apple or an orange or something like that,
Yeah. We could all have a little dance music and do a little dance for you or something.
I do love to dance.
Okay. That's great. Well, anything else anyone wants to add? I kind of was wondering about just some ideas. Joyce alluded to it about planning ahead, because we have the weekends coming up. We have, Halloween parties, and then we go into the holidays. And is there some ideas that you have, strategies when you know that the holiday or the weekend is coming, there's going to be a big party? What are some safeguards that you can put in to make sure that you're in control of your life, that life doesn't happen to you, you actually plan it out strategically?
Well, I take my own food, and I know that's probably rude, but if we're invited to something, before I go, I drink 2 glasses of water before I get in the car. I have water in the car, and once I get there, then the first thing I have to do is visit the bathroom. But then it's interesting because I have apple slices and stuff that is good for me to eat. I have carrots in my purse because they can be without refrigeration. So if there's things out there and it's nothing that we went one place and there wasn't really anything I could choose that would be a healthy choice. And so I just took my little baggie and started eating. Someone goes, so where'd you get the apples? I go, well, I brought them. I said, would you like one? Oh, sure. And so it worked fine. I mean, there's people we know, and they know that I'm trying to make a healthy choice. So
I love that. I love that. Someone else.
Well, I think take some of the product in your purse too. I mean, that goes along with what Sue said. But, have a bar, and if, drink your water, and if there's, you can go into the bathroom after that and gnaw on your bar, just to get you through. But I like your, this is the way it is. And take me with my apples.
Mm-hmm. I even like to, if I know I'm going to someone's home or a party, and you're not sure what's going to be there, I'll just bring a dish, whether they told me to or not, because then I know that there's some healthy choices. Basically, that's what Sue's saying. It's like, okay, I know if nothing else, I'm going to eat this because it's a healthy choice, and then I'm not so tempted for the other things.
I do a lot of the same. I like to cook, so I will offer to make the meal.
Okay.
And I know it's something I can eat.
Right. Mm-hmm. Or somebody asks you, okay, what kinds of things do you like? Or what should I make? And they're inviting. I mean, be bold and say it. Say, oh, how about taco salad? Or you're just kind of putting. Oh, why don't we just grill chicken and I could bring a salad? And you're kind of putting a suggestion out there, because sometimes people aren't sure. They maybe would eat healthier, or they kind of want to eat healthy, but they're kind of thinking, oh, I should make lasagna because you're coming, and yeah, kind of interesting of all the different dynamics that are in situations. And if you could actually unfold it and ask what was in their mind, they maybe would have had planned to have something a little healthier, but they were thinking they were doing a favor by doing this big high carbohydrate fat meal. The other thing is, if you have guests over or you're at someone else's place, is bringing some beverages. Again, cocktails or sweet drinks. It doesn't always have to be alcohol. Sometimes people just are. This time of year, it's about apple cider or orange juice or what have you. And so bring some diet ginger ale with a couple of drink infusers or some limes cut up, and you put them in ice, and everyone feels like it's a party. It's awesome. But it's not very fun to just, while everyone else has this fun, holiday drink, to have just a plain old glass of tap water is kind of boring, and we can sometimes start to feel sorry for ourselves. So create your own party, add the sugar-free flavor drinks, the coffee drinks you can get at Cash and Carry or at Walmart over by the coffee, those little flavors, the whatever different kinds that you like to make. Has anyone tried any new recipes? I think, Joni, you created the cauliflower lasagna last night, right?
Yes, that's true. And that was good. It created a lot of dishes, because I think being on program, I'm not so used to like a sink full of dishes. But once I got over that, it was really delicious, and it's definitely something I'll make again very soon.
Great. The cauliflower pizza crust is just as good. You feel like you're eating something that's totally comfort food, but it's just, mozzarella cheese, eggs, and your cauliflower, but it makes a fabulous crust. So that once you kind of get on the cauliflower roll, cauliflower potato salad, cauliflower breadsticks. I mean, it seems like at every holiday at our house, or anytime I entertain, if I do a baby shower or a Bible study or whatever, I have some kind of cauliflower dish there, and no one even it's that. They think it's potatoes or something, so.
Yeah, that's good.
All right. Any other ideas before? I just want to stay on for a few minutes, and I know some of you probably have something you want to share, so it's just free open reign there. Okay, well, as we close, stay strong on your program. We have 2 more weeks left on the challenge, or about thereafter. And then I was thinking that whether we want to go have everyone just start working into our Get Healthy and Thrive Facebook page, or if we want to create a whole new Facebook page together. Either way is great. But I just want to be able to continue on the support after the challenge is over. I think the next challenge will start in January. And bringing your friends and your family into your circle of health, because we become like the closest people around us. And a lot of people want to get healthy. They just don't know how. They need an accountability, a partner. And so I guess I would just say, be bold in sharing with them what you're doing and see if you can inspire each other. All right, everyone. Good night. Have a great evening.
Thanks,
Thank
Paula.
you.
Bye.
Good night.
Good night.
I